Hello everyone, and welcome to tonight's stream. So tonight is slightly different because what we're going to do is, for a change, I decided that I wanted to build a route. How are we all doing, chat? How are we all doing? I thought we'd build a route because I don't think we've sort of done any sort of thing like that really on stream for a while. Um, so what we're going to do is I'm going to build this route, and basically the idea is hopefully if I can get it done, we're going to look at sort of the next sort of three, which are Wednesdays, and I'll do a little progress in between so that we can catch up. Um, but basically, I've got a route that we're going to build. So we are building the Colne Valley Railway in Essex. It's about a mile long. It's a little heritage railway. It's got one main station. Um, and what I'll do is I'll show some of the processes as I go. So if you get stuck or need, it gives also the chance for people to build along if they want to and have a go at building bits and pieces as well. I've already started, as you can see. So one interesting part about the Colne Valley is there's a bridge directly next to the track work, or next directly here. So what I've got to do is just pull this up to where the bridge is either side, and I think I'm going to just pull the bridge closer together, purely because it's a bit sort of too close together. It's a bit, well, actually it's a bit far apart because actually the bridge is sort of slightly closer together, and I need to move that as well. So I'm just going to replicate it as close as I can. It's not going to be an exact representation, but I'll be as close as I can. And then what we'll do is we will have a nice sort of representation of the railway, which will be lovely jubbly. But how is chat? How are we all doing? Um, no, Cone Valley. It's Colne Valley Railway. It's just a small little heritage railway in Essex. They've got quite a few stock there. Got quite a few interesting bits of stock. Um, I think they've recently got some sort of Mark III DVTs and bits and pieces. There we go. Right, let's just start. So as you can see, what I was doing there is I've just moved the bridge parts further in, so it sort of looks. This isn't the exact bridge that I wanted to use, but it's closer to what I wanted. But what I've got to do is next is I'm going to go into put these parts all the way along. So basically, the other thing I've got to do is when the route goes further along, I've just got to add the river all the way along. And just bring the track work slightly up so it's got gradients at either side. But yes, so what we'll do, go into here, we'll go into there, and we need, what was this called again? This one is called Scenery WH. Where is it gone? Where's it gone? So what we need is the same one for that one. This is where I've gone and lost it. Give me a second. WH bridge wall brick. Brick. Mid end. Stone thin wall brick. There we go. That's what I wanted. So what I'm going to do is place that there. And then what we're going to do is come over to the rotate tool, rotate it. That should be about fine. Then bring it in, lower it down, and then just move it where we want it to position. So that should be okay about there. So now we've got two sort of supporting bits either side, and then we're going to do the same again. So get the same wall that side, so come over to this side and go over to there, get rid of that, move that across, bring that down, just bring it up to the edge of the bridge like so. So you can see now we've got sort of like this either side. It's something I noticed actually on the railway itself. I couldn't sort of find the bridge I wanted to use. So this is a sort of way that you can use to sort of make the bridge that you want. So use the trackwork sort of style bridge rather than sort of putting one in that's already made. Let's bring that down. There we go. Bring that back out a bit. So that now, let's just bring that in. That's a bit too far. Where am I going? That way I want. Thank you. So now, there we go. So we've now got the each sort of supports on each side for that bridge now. So that looks a lot better. Yeah, chat. Yeah, it's a TS stream rather than TSW. So unfortunately, but we'll got plenty of TSW streams coming up. So let's just bring that bridge layer down a bit. There we go. That's what I wanted. There we go. Right, so what we're going to do is we've got to get the track work and just bring that up to the same height. And obviously I haven't made that as straight as I want it to be, but that's fine. And then what we'll do is we'll start sort of building the track work further up. And I'll just add these little sections on here. I basically did this bit first because this junction is one of the most complicated parts there. Basically it goes from sort of so this is the running line in the centre here, is this one, as you can see where I've put the bridge, and basically the junctions come up to the edge of the bridge, so it's slightly longer than it is in real, but I'm just sort of keeping it sort of as close as I can do. So what we're going to do is this track work is, from what I remember, this is this track work. This is track 2, I think you'll find. So all we do is go up to there and just bring it up to the edge. Did I put the right one in? No, I didn't. It's a good job I checked that. Is it 3? Yes, it is 3. So there we go, as you can see now. Got that right up to the bridge, which is what it's like in real life. If you ever been to the railway, it's one railway I haven't actually visited myself, but you can clearly see the bridge. It comes up like that either side, basically. And then what we're going to do is bring the track straight over the bridge like that. There we go. So we've now got the track over the bridge. And then what we'll do is I'll put the track bed down, and then what we'll do is we'll sort the train out, because the line slightly it curves and slightly gains a bit of a gradient. But it's not a huge gradient. But yes, what I need to do as well is I need to change this over to yard, which is, there we go. Change that over to yard so we get a slightly better curve on this, just because that's what it's like on the railway itself. So as you can see now, we're starting to curve away, which is what it does. It starts to curve away. If you have a look at Google Maps, you're welcome to have a look as I'm going along. No, I've yeah, I haven't got the API key, so I'm just sort of doing it by eye, just so I can sort of show you sort of bits and pieces to come across with it. But yeah, I would like to have used. I haven't actually used the API key before. Also, the other thing you can do is easily come in here and just remove that. So let me just carry on with what I'm doing. So no, we don't want that main line. We want that yard. Thank you. So we want it sort of straight for a little bit longer, but we start curving now. there we go. It's starting to curve there. Let's see if that's a bit... Yeah, that's a bit better. That's more like what it is. So you can see we're now starting to curve round. And basically this river follows us for a little while. Probably stops around about here and then sort of diverges off. But I've got to slightly come round, and then you've got about a slightly small signal box further up. There we go. There we go. Right. Let's carry on. So we need to sort of go to about there. Yeah, that's more than enough. Actually, let's do the first curve all the way round, and then I can add the run round in. So let's keep going a bit more, and a bit more. Yeah. Yeah, I think. Let's just go a little bit further. Go a little bit further. Let's just do a slight curve. Dee -dee 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 -dee. Let's have a look. Yes, that should be about right. So, and then what we'll need is it's about... So that's where it sort of about diverges off here. So we put the run round in. So that's about... Let's just have a look. Yeah, I'd say about there, almost. So let's put this run round in. It's not a very long run round. It's just enough to run round the stock, and they normally run around. Actually, that's a little bit too far out that I wanted it to be. A bit tight that. Let's just put that back again. You see, it's a great thing with the route editor is you can just come back and have another go. Let's go back a bit and then do that. Oh, that's not straight. Oh dear, we'll get there in a minute. Do-do-do-do. Actually, have I made that too long? Let's go back a bit. Let's go back a bit. Look at this again, hang on. Then we need to do the snap one, so we can snap this back on. There we go. So that's sort of the run round in as well. Also notice, as you can see, it's not a very straight run round, but actually if you look at the track work, it does sort of look almost that shape. It's not a very sort of close run round. It's not as close as I want it to be, but I can easily sort of modify that later on. So what we're going to do now is what I'm going to do is just bring the gradient up a little bit. So let's just bring it up ever so slightly. Because it almost sort of climbs a bit like that. It's a slight climb. It's not a very large climb, but it's a slight climb. And then what we'll do is bring that down slightly. Bring that one down. Bring that one slightly up. Yeah, and then it sort of drops down again. Right, and then what we'll do is we get the terrain tool, which is this one, and we get the magnet, and we go, make sure we haven't got this too big, and then we'll go pump, pump, and snap that to the track. You can see as I'm doing this, it just snaps it to the track. And we can easily sort of make that sort of a larger area as well. There we go. Let's get this bit. There we go. There we go. So we've now got a gradient as well. As you can see now, it's slightly. It's not a massive gradient, as I said, but it's just, you can just see a slight level change as we come up and back down again. So I've added that in. So yeah, that's sort of that end of the line now. So what we're going to do is now work on the other end. So at least that's that end of track work now sorted. As I said, this isn't going to be 100% replica of the line, but I'm going to sort of get it as close as I can do. Please no. I haven't route built for quite a long time. So I think the last one I did was around sort of a good few years ago now. So let me just get that, make sure we've got the yard one. As I said, this section changes what sort of size curve you want. Now I'm keeping it on yard purely because it's quite, some of the curves and point work are quite tight, which I've noticed. They mainly use austerity 060s, so they don't really need sort of express point work, etc. Yeah, it's just here. So when you click your track like that, a little pop-out comes out here, and you can see this question mark, and it goes to there. So if I go to main line like that, and I go like that, you can see it's a very slim line curve like that. But if I go to yard and do the same, look how much tighter it is, so that I can go and do almost 100 degrees or along with, there you go. So there we go. Oh, is it? Sorry. Yeah, it's just, I can see what I'm doing, yes. Let's move myself over here a bit. Give myself a minute. Now you can see it. So, as you can see, where I was before, so if I change that to main line and start building, you can see it's a very short space. If I then change that to yard, does that, there you go. So it does them all tighter. So there we go. Right, let me just move myself back over here a minute. There we go. Lovely job. Right, so what we're going to do is do the next part, which is further down. So this is the more complicated pieces, this is the more complicated yard track work end, which includes another sort of run round and some more yards and bits and pieces. So what we're going to do is sort of extend this out, and then keep going round, just slightly, and then what I'm going to do is come back to here, because this becomes complicated point work. So what we've got to do is just make sure that tool is done. This then comes in like that, and then, but also it does this, so it goes, this is actually quite a little bit further back, about there, and it does this. So let's go further out, further out, further out, go out like that. That's a bit too far actually. Let's go a bit. Get rid of that one. That's a bit better. Yeah, it's a bit more like that. And then what we'll do is we'll get this one and go the other way, as this goes into the other side of the platform. Let's just leave it like that for now, and then I can always come back and edit that bit. So let's keep this one going outward a bit. So there we go. So that's not very straight. No, it isn't very straight at all, is it? That's horribly not straight. Oh dear, a lot of practice, a lot of practice. That is one thing I will say. That's better. That's a bit better. Yeah, I'll leave that other junction off for the time being. So that goes and follows this all the way round. Basically, this actually becomes the further run round. So if we actually extend further out, extend further out, extend further out. Let's go about there. That's perfect. Like that. And then what we'll do is follow this route round, as it's quite a distance between the two. Yep. Follow this round, follow this round. And then it comes in like so. Oh, that's awful. Right, let's go back a bit. Follows it round, follows it round, follows it round. Go in like that. That's a bit better. There we go. And then there's another loop bit. Right, a little bit further back. Oh, hello. No, I didn't want to do that. Okay, my Google Maps just decided to do a little bit something interesting. Right, let's go back to there and then go back to there where I want it to be. Lovely, thank you very much. And then what we'll do is put our run round in here. There you go, so we've got a run round in there. And then we've got a little piece of track work that comes off just before then, which is about here, say. And that goes off as if that's for a low loader port as well. Just make sure let's do that, and then it goes off sort of like that. So that's where the low loaders sort of join at that side. And then further up here we've got another point that goes, I'm not sure if it's this three-way. I'm not sure if that's a three-way. Let's have a look. Nope, it isn't. No, it isn't a three-way. Right, fair enough. Right, so this is another thing. You need to sort of check reference pictures. So what I'm doing is looking at some of the sort of reference pictures and going, right, okay, where does that point work come out? That's actually slightly further away than that. And then what it does is goes closer and then further away. Does that actually, how far does that go? Oh, not as far as I thought it did. So let's just bring it to about there. That's as far as it'll go. So that's sort of the main running line. Okay, thanks for the advice. We're building the Colne Valley Railway. Now, admittedly, I haven't done route building for quite a long time, so I will admit I'm a little bit rusty with some of the bits and pieces, but I'm trying my best with it. I know some of the track work will not be straight. what we're going to do is we're going to see how popular the series is, and if you want to see more, we can go further and build more routes or build more bits and pieces. I'll go and show different tools. This is more or less sort of a beginners on how to start building routes. Just sort of gives you an idea of sort of how to do bits and pieces. So another thing that needs adding in is another point where it goes off like this. I'll say that. I want to go a bit further back, a bit further back. Goes off, goes off, goes off quite a way actually. Right, let's get rid of that one because I need to come back here. There's another point work which is slightly further back, which doesn't go as far, so this is about here, and that goes about the same as well, and that goes up to about just before that point there. Just before that point there, like that. So there we go, that's sort of some of the point work there, and then we've got another one that it's quite, as I said, it's quite a complex network, and this is just a small little heritage railway. I mean, I wouldn't like to have a go at something quite as quite larger. Um, I'm just sort of giving you an idea of putting in the track work, and then what we'll do is you can see where I've used double track there, and I've used it as a main line, so that's where the platform is there. And then what I'll do is what I'll do also as well is I'll start putting some signals in. So we'll put the signals in first as well, because normally what I like to do is, because I'm putting the track work in, the sooner I get the signals in, I know where everything is. So let me just see. Right, this one actually goes almost. Where does that go? That almost goes up to the midway of the platform. So about there, that one goes. Yeah. And then this one sort of acts as a bay platform. So if we go that way, actually come back out in a bit more. Let's go in a bit more. This acts more like a bay platform. Sort of like that. Rightio. Let's just bring that because that goes to level with there. There we go. So that's just about there really. That's sort of like that track work. But what we'll do is we'll come over here. Which sim? No, I'm not using an overlay. I'm just flicking between Google Maps at the moment. I know this is not the best way to build a route, but it's just to go have a go with track building at the moment. Right, where were we? Right. So I've got that track work there. I've got that track work there. So I need 1 point coming off, and then that splits into 3, and that almost actually copies where that's going. So if we do another one here, and this basically comes out a bit and then follows this all the way round like that, and then starts to come in sort of closer, sort of until about there-ish. And then what we'll do is we need to add the other 3 parts, which there is one comes off around here. So basically what I'm doing now is adding all the yards in, which there's quite a lot of yards actually. where they store stock further up. So let's just add that. That's more of a straight line. And then we'll do the same here. Just back there. There we go. So there we go. That is basically, that's the main track working. That's sort of all the yards, all that. That is the Colne Valley Railway in one sort of sweep for track work, basically. It's not 100% accurate, but this sort of gives you the idea of what you can do, sort of going to and froing with Google Maps. Not using the overlay, but just using the sort of using my eye as sort of a reference, using photography references as well, because a lot of the time, sometimes you won't have the reference there. Say you were doing a route from the 1950s and it had been closed. One of the things you won't have is any reference. You might not have any track work references. Whereas this way, I've looked into sort of what I can use best with Google Maps. But I'd say when you start building routes, don't start with a route that you don't know. I mean, technically, I've never actually been here, but it's so short, and there's a lot of photography and a lot of video reference that you can use to be able to build this. So what we'll do now is, and what I'm going to do next, is start adding the signals in, just so I know where all the signals are meant to be. So what we can do now is, if I go over to, back over to here, and I go to signals, and then what we're going to do is start adding some signals. So what we're going to do is start adding sort of it doesn't have to be exact signals. Again, as you can see, I've got a whole long list of different types of signals. But what I'm going to do is just sort of have a look. Here we go. So we need a normal. So that's a 3 aspect. Home. There we go. So we need sort of a home. So what I'm going to do is go back up, because this is sort of Great Eastern region. I've got the Lowestoft line. So what we're going to do, here we go. So we need a 2S. No, that's a post level crossing. Give us a second. Ground signal, ground signal, ground signal. This is what you've got to do. Have a look through all your signals as well. Let's have a look. There's a speed sign, gantry. No, we don't need that. Oh no, that's why, because I'm looking at overheads and not signals, aren't I? Silly me. Here we go. That's what I wanted. Signal. Alton Broad. No, there is one of those. Reedham Junction. There is one of those. That's very similar to the one we need. That's again very similar. Very similar. So what I'm doing is I'm looking at all the signals that sort of, I'm looking at the Lowestoft signals. So again, there's one. Aha! There we go. Lingwood distance. Aha! This is what we need. Right. Okay. So I'm now looking at where I need to be. So there is a signal around. It's a bit further back than that. There is a signal here, just around here, and that connects to there. And that's all it... Oh, hang on. It's not what I wanted to do. So there we go. That now signal is now connected to there. So there's a signal about there. But also you can move the signal about once it's in. So let's say that's around there. We've then got a shunt signal, which is around here. So let's go to find a shunt signal. Is that a shunt signal? Yes, that's a shunt signal. And that is on this half, which is slightly further down, where this point where it comes in. And it is... Oh no, tell a lie, it's down here. So it is this side, and it's around there, and it's there. Oh, well, try again. And it's there. Oh, hello. Let's do it to there, and that one to there. That one going the other way. Actually, I've done this wrong. Let's get rid of that. It's a one track. Right, let's just do that for that at the moment, and I'll come back and do that one. So, and then what we've got... yes, Matt Patterson is there. Sorry, chat, I'm constant. If I don't sort of start talking, then you'll know what I'm... right, what was it I was looking for? We were looking for a... aha. Yes, I think that's the one we need. Something very similar to that. Yeah, that one will do. And then we'll just sink it into the ground. So, we need to come back to around... Where is it? To around here. Yep. Then what we need... Oh, hello. Where's it gone? I'll find it in a minute. That's the one I wanted. What we're going to do is spin it round. Like that. And one is for that way, and one is for that way. Oh, hang on, I know what I've been doing wrong. I know what I've been doing wrong. Right, let's try this again. Actually, that one's for that one, that one's for that one. Flip. Can we flip that around? Oh, okay. There we go, and then what we'll do is move this across, slightly slink it into the ground like that. So that sort of gives you an idea of sort of some of the signals there. There's also a shunt signal, which is slightly to the left, slightly underneath here, and that one does the, obviously coming into this part here. So what we need to do is find the one track, where's it gone, one track disc. There we go, that way into there. There we go. Hope I'm doing that right, chat. Right, okay. Right, so we've got sort of those signals in. Now I think further along, there's actually signals further along. Let's just use that one for now, and then let's just have a look at some more images. Give me a minute. Just so I can have a look at what signals we need. Because basically we're looking sort of for reference photography, looking for bits and pieces. Now by the looks of it, there's a signal that's slightly there, which is quite tall. Now one thing I will mention, you might not always have every single signal that you need. You know, you can sort of try and get the best signal that you want. Now this one is quite a large one, so we need a tall 8.5. We need longer than that, taller than that. taller than that, I think. Yeah, let's go for a 9.5. So there's actually a dual home here, so it can be seen from either side of the sort of either side. There's basically a bridge around here, and what we can do is just move that slightly more in. And then what I'll do is when I put the bridge in, so that's sort of your signals there. And then what we need to do is look a bit further down the line. Sort of look at down the run round. Now, one thing we can do as well, something I personally do, is look at driver's eye views. It's really good to see if there is some. Hopefully, if the route you're doing, normally there will be some driver's eye views. But I'm just trying to remember if there's signals further down. That's one thing. I'm just looking at reference photography at the moment. Because to me, there doesn't look like there's signals further down. So what we'll do is we'll leave those signals off for now. And now what I can start to do is look at this end and see what signals we need for this end of the line. So there's quite a few signals at this end. You've got a double one here and with a shunt, so you've got a gantry signal here, and you've got just a single signal here. If I can look at that image, yeah, lovely jubbly. Right, so we need sort of more in a... Oh, hello. Where's that one gone? That's the one. I wonder if I can get this one and put that underneath. No. No, that won't look right at all, will it? Just a thought. Right, let's go up to this end. Right, what do we need? We need a... not that sort of one. We need more of a 4 and 9, 54. Let's go for 4 and 9. And again, this is at the end of the platform. So it's just this side of the point. Let's just put that there. And what we can do is one's for that one, one's for that one. And then just move the signal in like that. So there we go, and then we've got a single signal on this side. So if we go to a home, and then again spin this one round, again, there we go. So we've now got the signals in this side. This is slightly incorrect because there would be, this signal is actually slightly taller, it's got a distant underneath, but I need to find a signal. So what I'm doing is, for the signals at the moment, I will just put these ones in, and then we can then, if we need to change them, we can do, but it just sort of gives a representation of the signals there. So that's, apart from this side, which I just need to double check. And then what we'll do is we'll do some terrain when we do the... I'll start looking at the riverbed. Let's keep going. Right, where's the signal I need? It's not that one. I will need that one later. That's the one I'm looking for. So it's a home with a distant is the one I need. So that's the distant. Right. Which is this side of the river bridge. What's that one? No, I don't need that one. Aha. Yep, so that's the one we need for there. Then what I can do again is move this slightly into the ground because it's slightly lower. There we go. Bring it slightly closer to the bridge as it is in real life. So there we go. So that's basically the main station now all signalled. I'm sure there is more distance signals that I need to add in, but that sort of gives you the idea of where the signals are at any one point. So there we go, and that's the sort of main, this is the main sort of station. So you imagine the station's within here, and then this is where it's mainly signalled. I think there is some signals around here, and I know there's a signal box up here with signals further up, but I need to have a look at that to see what needs to be done there. So what next? Let's put in the river next. So what we're going to do is get the terrain tool and start sort of decreasing the area. You can speed this up if you want to, but let's just start putting the river in. What I'm going to do is put this up to 20 if I can. Thank you very much. 20. Oh. Okay, it's not going to let me do it. That's fine. So what we'll do is we'll just put a sort of a generic sort of riverbed in, and then what we can do is grab this and make this longer. So let's just make that. I think the river is slightly closer, but we've got to put some trees in between, so I'm leaving it a little bit wider than it should be. And then what it does is, I hope you're enjoying it though so far. Alright. And don't forget this route will be available on Workshop afterwards, so I'll make sure this is available for everyone to use. So let's put that there, and then say about there. Let's then start diverging off that way. There we go, dee. Start diverging off in that way. What I can also do is sort of smooth the edges later on as well if I need to. Don't need to go out too far, because most of this area will be covered in trees anyway, but I want to be able to sort of, if you zoom out, can see what the area is. And then let's go back up this way and do the same. Because most of this area is sort of covered in trees and shrubs. Let's just go back to there, and then what we do with this is go like this, so that now extends the river. There we go, like that, and again like that. So that now extends the river like that. Obviously I've put the reflective water in because I prefer the reflective water. Get the terrain tool again and just keep going a little bit further. So we'll go up to where that is there, and then I'll put some trees and bits and pieces. There we go. Right, there was an edge here that I didn't very keen on. Right, so that's sort of the river there. That's the river in. And then what we can do is come back to here and then sort of look at some trees. But what we'll do is, there's all sorts of, again, there's all sorts of trees that you can use. We need to sort of find one that sort of works. We need to have a look at some more imagery as well. So we can even put in some trees like that. And then again, I've got some trees near the line. But I'll remove them from now and see what other trees we've got. So, what should we do next? Right, what I'll do is I'll put the platforms in next. Or the main two platforms, anyway. They're not very long platforms, but anyway, right. What we need to do is got to remember how to do this now. That's the one we need. Offset, join, split, bend. So the main locos that sort of run on the line are they have got a couple of austerity tanks. They've got all sorts really. So offset I need. No. Okay. Ah, that's what I need. There you go. There we go. Right, and then offset. There we go. Now what we need to do is put that platform in. So we need Great Eastern Platform. Oh, okay. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong, chat? Ah, that's what I'm doing wrong. That's what I'm doing wrong. Right, I need to change the offset there, don't I? To 3. And then put the platform in. I've put it in the wrong side, haven't I? Yeah, Nonny, quick question. Which way? I've put this the wrong way round. How do I flip that? Because obviously the platform edge is the wrong side. So I've put the 3 meters in again. Is there a way of flipping that? Ah, there we go. Try that again. There we go. So there is the platform in, like so. And then what we do is, yeah, thank you. Right, what we need to do is offset that a bit more. So we need that to 4. Put in the slightly wider platform, like so. There we go. And then what we need to do is raise the platform up. Like so. Make sure it's actually level, which it's not, because this is in the middle. And then what we need to do is get the platform end like that and go like, oh, you are kidding me. Oh no. Oh, drat. Oh dear. Oh no. Yes, bother, bother. Uh, yes. Yes. Really, Meeper. Ouch. Yeah. I don't think it's got an autosave, has it? I can't. I should know. I can't remember. This is where I go back to the route, and it's back to where it was. Okay. Was that F2? What does that mean? What do I need to do with F2? Yes, and now I don't know. Let's just go back. Just see what it's done. Oh, F2 saved my work, right. I'm guessing that's not saved it then, has it? And guess what? Of course it hasn't. Oh. Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, that could have gone better, couldn't it? Yeah, it's all gone. Yeah. Well. That's gone well. Yeah. Yeah. I was so close then. Very close indeed. Thank you, Moricom, because I've learned a good lesson there. Um, yeah, yeah, I've learned a good lesson there. Shows you not how to do it, but I must admit, that's going to take some rebuilding to do. Um, yeah, I will, Moricom. Yeah, I'm sure Danny's had this before, and I'm sure he's torn his hair, torn his hair out before. Um, so yeah. Um, yeah, that's basically really nonny. Wow. Okay. I bet that was really painful. Yeah, I bet you didn't. Yeah, you see now, I've built routes before, and that hasn't happened, and I think I've probably been very, very, very lucky that it hasn't. Um, but there we go. That shows you what not to do. Chat, shall we do a quick run somewhere? We'll do a quick run, quick drive somewhere. Yeah. And I'll come back to this. Give me a few minutes. I'll come back to this. I was so close as well. And I was building a small route. Yeah. But how was that? I mean, you can see what I was trying to achieve there. Um, I'll get back to it and see what we can do sort of further along the line. And see what we can do. Right, let's just do a quick drive, shall we? Give me 2 minutes, chat. I'm glad I didn't track sort of like 2 or 3 hours worth, um, and then it suddenly crashed. Oh, blimey. Sorry, TS has just crashed again. Give me a minute. Well, I must admit I didn't do too badly, and I've learned where I've gone wrong there. So Um, chat, if you can tell me, or if someone can put in the thought, I'd need to learn. I need to learn the. Need to learn how to use sort of the Google Maps thing, and you put it into Google Maps, because then I'll just quickly use that and replicate it in there. Yeah, I will, Keith. Don't worry. Don't worry. We were basically nearly there. I've got the worst bit done, um, so I can easily go back and rebuild. I mean, the route won't take that long to build. It will just be the sort of minor details in scenery. But don't worry, we will carry on. Let's just choose a locomotive. Give me a minute. Choose a locomotive. We haven't really done before. Give me a minute. Use something that we haven't. Ah, I know what we can do. Yes. Just select a route. Bum, 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 bum. See if I've got it on here. There we go. Let's go from there. I'll go there. See how we do. There we go. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Okay, name goes here, and name goes here. Alexander, no, don't worry. We're gonna just do a quick run, but yeah. Thanks, Moggy. Thanks for that. Hopefully, I can get the track a little bit more accurate. Oh no, no, it has. There we go. Here we go. So, I thought we would run Union of South Africa out of King's Cross. For those of you who saw the post or have known recently, sadly, Union of South Africa has recently retired from service. So I thought we'll do a little quick run from out of London King's Cross as sort of tribute to her. There we go. Brakes off. Oh, do you, Nonny? Oh, wow. Charging through here. Nigel, yes, this is Union, South Africa. We're on East Coast Main Line, London to Peterborough. Yeah, we've only got 7. There you go. Yeah, I thought I had them in full release. train brakes are off. Loco brakes are off. Yeah, it has been retired, Nigel. It's had plenty of years of remaining service. It's a beautiful locomotive. Speed on. Oh, is it, Derek? I didn't know that. Can't say I'm fully surprised though. I can see that sort of Strasbourg. He's staying at Strasbourg for quite a long while now. Yeah, it is, Nigel. Definitely. Totally agree. There's something about the smell. Going through a new Barnet now. We're not going to run the full way, but I just thought I'd run a little. Run out of London. Wrong. Alright, Mummy. See you later. This is an A4 cabbie. Cabbie. It's A4 named Union South Africa, which is preserved. Let's run to Nebworth, shall we? Let's run to Nebworth. Noricom, I'll try and stop at Nebworth. Run to Nebworth, I think, this time. Funny Moggy. Coal. to 80. I know I ain't, Terry. Don't worry. Soon gaining pressure. Ladies J 899, this is LNER A4 in BR Brunswick Green, and this is Union of South Africa. Far away from Nebworth now. A Pet being you fan? No, that's a different A4 you're thinking of. They are the other two A4s that are in America and Canada is Dominion of Canada and Levi Eisenhower. Yes, she was. Tom Morton was their unit up there, is still here. Still at the East Row and should be on set display with Steve Garland. I think is Tom, tell me if I'm wrong, it's this weekend, isn't it? Yeah, we're actually going to stop in Nebworth. No, I'm going to try and stop at Nebworth. go, coming in nice and steady. And there we go. So that's going to be it for tonight. So yeah, I will make sure we sort of look into doing the route again. I'll probably uh, make sure we can go from where we were before. So I'll update the track work, put all the signals in, and we'll go to the same point we were with the track work. And then we'll go from there, really. So there we go. I hope everybody enjoyed it. So tomorrow, let's have a look at the schedule. What's the date today? Today is the 13th. So tomorrow you have got a Loco showcase. Let's play with the DBBR 187 and the 1938 stock. So you got that to look forward to tomorrow. And I will be back next week with Workshop Wednesday, where we will carry on route building. So there we go. Anyway, have a nice rest of your day, evening, night, wherever you are in the world, and I will see you all very soon. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.